Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I'm Richard. I write on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joe at J1Vault on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Shannon at Checkout on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian at LiveTurf on the MakeCode forum.
And I have an idea today. I came up with an honest goodness idea. And by that, I mean that the developers of Mario Party 64 came up with an honest to goodness idea. And I thought it might be fun to make this game. Joey, did you play Mario Party 64?
I did, but I have basically no recollection of it. Yeah, like it's all smushed into all the other Mario parties.
Okay. That's fair. Despite the fact that it was one of the best ones, and it had the Peach's Castle, which they had the Peach's Cake one, where you did it on a cake, which is the best level that has ever been in a Mario Party.
Oh, we have a comment. Honeycomb Havoc for the win. Is that Mario Party related?
Possibly. Is that from the most recent Mario Party? Because I have played that game, but I don't have all the mini games memorized like I do a lot of the older ones.
I don't know. From 2.
Oh, it's from 2. Oh, yeah. I mean, I definitely played 2, but I gotta say I don't remember it as well as Mario Party 1. I don't think I owned 2. I owned 3, and I owned 1, and I also had, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, I think. Anyway.
You're just counting at that point, Richard.
Yeah, I thought that there was going to be more gaps there, but there wasn't. So the game that we're going to be recreating today is one from Mario Party 1, which is this game where you have to trace a shape, basically. And the idea is, however accurately you trace this shape, you get a better score. So we're going to be doing that, and hopefully it'll work out okay. I have a basic idea for how to do this, but so right now I'm making a crayon. Is that clear? Does this look like a crayon? I need to make it taller. Guys, does this look like a crayon?
I think it's cranny.
Looks like a cranberry. No, it looks like a crayon. Yep.
Shannon, resident crayon expert.
I think Vivian's the resident crayon expert.
I
Yeah,
haven't
that's
used a
probably.
crayon in ages. I was like, what does it even do, you know?
When was the most recent time you've used a crayon, though?
I used pastels recently, and they're basically crayons for adults.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. They are adult crayons.
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
All right, and then I need to put like the logo.
Oh, chat says it is a pink crayon.
It's a red crayon.
Oh. Well.
But the label is pink.
Well, yeah, because they always do it that way, right? Isn't the label is always a slightly different color than the actual crayon?
I feel like with crayons, you just never know what color you're going to get until you use it.
But
some of these red crayons have pink labels, but some have red labels.
Well, the ones I remember had pink labels for the red crayons.
That's such a specific memory. That's very impressive. I feel like, if anything, Richard's the crayon expert.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so we're going to give this an outline because we're going to be drawing in red and we want it to be visible. So let's go ahead and make this 7. We're going to add 2 to our height so we have a little bit of space. And hopefully in a second, I'll be able to explain this just a little bit better. So the idea is that we're going to be making some shapes. And guys, I'm going to need you guys to make some shapes, okay? So the idea is I want you to draw a shape. I want you to use this size for the pencil, the 3 pixel. Okay. It only needs to be one color and it needs to be a line. Okay, so no shading. Otherwise, do whatever you want. So the idea with this game is we're going to have a shape that we're going to trace. So I'll draw the first one. Let me go ahead and figure out what the size should be. I think the size should just be the size of the screen. Maybe a little bit less, maybe like 20 less on each side. Does Does that make sense?
Wait. On each side, on 140 by 120 or 120 by 80? On each
140
side,
by 100. Sorry, 140 by 100. Yeah, I realized that was very confusing now. Okay, so we're gonna make our like paper. So I wanted to have a little bit of buffer zone so that I could do this. We're going to basically put out a little square here and fill it in like that. And then we're going to create a sprite that is 140 by 100. We're going to use the 3-pixel brush, and we're going to just draw a shape for us to start. So, what should I draw?
Age-old question.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so after I drew my outline, am I allowed to fill in the inside for like spice or no?
Yes, but use a different color.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna draw a muffin. No, I don't think I can draw a muffin without doing filling. I'm gonna draw.
Wait, isn't that just a cupcake?
I guess that's true. Some sort of snake thing? I don't know. Wow, why am I'm a complete blank.
You could do a mug. You could do a teapot. You could do. Don't do a cat.
I shouldn't do
Don't do a
cat?
star either.
I already did a cat.
You took the obvious one though.
I started on my homework first, so don't I
That's
get some
true.
benefits for that?
I'll do a snowman.
Oh. Shouldn't we do some thematic things like a jack-o'-lantern?
Maybe.
Jack-o'-lantern's really good, Vivian. You should do that one.
I'll make a jack-o'-lantern.
All right. So we've got our little snowman outline. I'm not going to fill mine in with spice because I got to do code. So we need to somehow define a start point for this sprite. So I'm trying to think of what the best way to do that is. Maybe could you guys set a single pixel that you want to be your start one with a, what color should we use? Is anyone using green?
No.
Okay, so if you could set a single green pixel where you want the pin to start and end, that would be great. So in this case, I'm going to put it right on top of the head. All right, so we're going to make a function now, and that function is going to be trace this. And it's going to take in an image, which is going to be the traceable. And the idea here is, let's see, Joey, did you send your thing?
No, I made a typo trying to see if I could send as a like text instead of.
Oh, I see. All right, so let's go ahead and call this function. We're going to go ahead and put our image in here. We're going to take this and put this here. We're going to create a sprite, which is going to be called toTrace. I don't know. And we're going to give it a kind, which is going to be called toTrace. We're not actually going to be using this kind, so I just wanted it to not be player. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over our width and height of this guy and see if we can find that green pixel. And when we do, we're going to set our player's position based off where that is. So I'm going to create two variables now. One's going to be called X. One's going to be called Y. I'm going to get two for index loops and put them inside of each other. And you can right click on this guy to change the variable. I'm going to right click, make it XY. If you don't have right click because you're on an iPad or something, you can also just go into variables and drag it out on top. Okay, now I'm going to go into toTrace and get the width and the height. So one thing to note is that I'm actually going to be going over by 1 in this because I'm lazy. But it doesn't matter, because if you go over by 1 on images, like say I have an image that's 10 by 10 and I try to read pixel 11.0, right? So that one is off the image. MakeCode will just be like, well, that pixel doesn't exist, so here's transparency. Here's 0. We're not going to be doing anything with transparency, so it's actually going to be fine. So I can going over is fine. I don't want to drag out the -1 that I normally have to. Okay, we're going to go in now into logic. We're going to put in if, and we want to get the color at our X and Y. So I'm going to put the traceable there, put the X, put the Y, and we're going to say, does that equal green? Green is, of course,
Go.
7. Also go.
7.
Okay, so if we do that, then this is where we want to place our player. So we're going to set the player's bottom and X based on where this is, so that their point is on this point. So let's go ahead. We're going to go to the, let's see, I just called it my sprite. That's fine. So we're going to set this to be our X. Let me go ahead and drag out an X. This isn't quite going to work though. So if we look where this puts us, yeah, we're a little bit off. We want to be underneath this guy. And so that's because we're using the coordinates inside of our sprite and not inside of the screen. So to make it the screen coordinates, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a math. I'm going to do a plus. And we're going to add the left of our sprite, which will give us the X, because the left plus the X means we are lined up right. We're going to do the same thing for the bottom. So we're going to set the bottom to be the top plus the Y. And now we should be exactly overlapping with that. Yeah, there we go. So, yep, pretty much right. And let's also get rid of that because we don't actually want the player to see it. So I'm going to set the color at that XY to pink. We'll figure out how we're going to do colors for the images, because I'm guessing, did everyone use pink?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so we'll figure out something for the colors. Okay, one other thing we need to do is we need to set the Z index of this guy, because it is on top of our crayon right now, which is no good. So we want this Z depth to be -1, I guess. I probably should have made this the other way around, but oh well. Oh yeah, okay. Our crayon is on top of our thing. So the idea here is we're going to be, this crayon is going to be moving, and we want to control it. I think for now, let's just control it with the arrow keys, and we want to trace it as accurately as we can. And if we mess up, we're going to be doing some grading at the end to see how well we did our job. So I'm going to make another sprite now, and this sprite is going to be our, I want to do 140 by 100. This sprite is going to be our drawing canvas. So it's just going to be completely transparent. For this one, we want the Z depth to be let's see, we'll make this new variable canvas. We want the canvas to be on top of what we're tracing. So I'm going to set the toTrace to be -2. I'm going to set this one to be -1 and change this to be canvas. There we go. Okay, so we want to do our marking now. So I'm going to use the controller to move my sprite. So let's go ahead and move around. This is going to be way too fast and make this game very difficult. Yeah, this isn't going to go well. Okay. So to do the drawing, what we're going to do is we're going to go inside of an on-game update. So let's go ahead and do an on-game update. We're going to mark on our canvas where the crayon currently is. So we want to get the image for our thing. Let's see, where is that? It's not in this category. I can tell you where it's not.
That category.
Yes. We're going to do a fill rectangle. And change this to be our canvas. And we need to get the XY where we want to do this. So we made this with the 3 pixel wide brush. So I'm going to make the width and height for this right now to be 3.3. We're going to make this red. So we should see a square appear up there. Yeah, there it is. So we want to make it so that this is where our current crayon location is. So to do that, we're going to do it just like we did before. We're going to be using this left and this X. But this time, we're going to be actually using the left of our canvas. Sorry, actually, we want the X of our canvas, and we want to be subtracting the left of what we are tracing, because that's going to put us in the right coordinates. And we're going to be doing the same thing with the bottom of our, sorry, we don't want canvas. We want this to be our crayon. And we're going to be doing the same thing with the bottom of our crayon minus the top. All right, let's look at this. Yeah, this game is going to be hard unless I make the speed slower. Pretty good.
Perfect.
Pretty good, I would say. Vivian, have you ever seen a snowman better than that one?
Well, usually snowmen should be, wearing scarves and stuff, Richard, and a hat. So
That's a good answer.
No, yeah, this is the best
gold
snowman
star
ever.
for Vivian. Gold star for Vivian.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Okay. So we've got our basic thing. We need to know, though, when we are complete with our tracing. So we need to, I think what we're going to do, oh, wait, also we need to do one other thing. So right now, this doesn't look right. We want our marking to be centered on the tip of this crayon. Right now, it's on the right side, which we don't want. So we're going to actually, I'm going to math and getting another minus block. And for the X, we're going to subtract 1. And for the Y, we're going to subtract 1 as well. And I think that should center us a bit better. I guess we should subtract 2 for the X. Maybe 2 for both. There we go. That looks right. All right, cool. So now that we've got this, let's go ahead and store the location where we need to be ending. So we're going to make a sprite, I think, to do this. I'll make a sprite, which is going to be called Mr. Finish Line.
He's Mr. Finish Line.
Yep, that's his theme song. Keep writing that, and we'll hear it at the end of the stream.
Oh. He goes to America on time. And there's more words. Hold on. He's Mr. Finish Line, finish line, finish line. Obviously.
Obviously. Okay, so we're going to set the position of Mr. Finish Line to be the place where we start with our crayon. Where is that? My image. No, not my image. It's my sprite. No, I want to be setting it on Mr. Finish Line. Okay, we need to rename these variables real quick. Not Mr. Finish Line though. That's staying forever.
Why is it not Mr. Cran? This feels upsetting to me.
No way to make it Mr. Cran. Will that make you feel better?
Yeah, it will.
Mr. Cran, Esquire.
Ooh,
What does Esquire mean?
Horse.
fancy English thing.
Isn't it like
That's
position?
equestrian.
Yes, that's equine or equestrian, I think is what you're thinking of, Vivian.
Wait,
Um,
what was Shannon saying?
Yeah, well, Shannon, it sounded like you had an actual thing.
Oh, I don't know for sure. I just thought it was like, you know how you say like, it's like
Okay.
Dame Maggie Smith or whatever. It's like a position that you have. But
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
a member of English gentry ranking below a knight. So typically a candidate for knighthood or an attendant
Okay.
to a knight.
Yeah, so we're that's right. Okay, so we need what?
It's a
You
beautiful
don't
drawing.
like this? You're not a fan?
It vaguely Among Us. I gotta say again.
Okay, so we need to make a sprite to overlap with this sprite. So we're going to make another one now, which is going to be called what should the name of this other sprite be?
Tomato.
Not
I'm
madam.
never going to be able to find it again.
What?
Oh, the
What's this
variable.
sprite supposed to be
Yes.
going to do again? Is it just the tip of the pen of the crayon?
Yeah.
Which is a red crayon. Just saying. Sorry.
Mr. Cran Esquire Jr.
Mr. Cran Jr.
Okay.
And we're going to name this one Finisher. God, there's a little too much whimsy going on in stream today. And I'm the cause of it. Okay. We're going to make this 3 by 3 because that's how big our thing is, the thing that we are, placing. And we're going to go ahead and where we're doing this, like calculation, we're going to be doing the same thing for our Mr. Cran Jr. I already forgot it. And so we're going to be setting Mr. Cran Jr. left to be all this. Whoops. All of this. And we're going to be setting its top to be all of this. All right, so let's make sure that looks right. No, oh, right. I forgot. This is doing the transform to be in the coordinate system. We don't actually want to do that. So we just want to get the x minus 2 and the bottom minus 2. There we go. Okay, yeah, so that's in the right place. So what we're going to do is we're going to be like, okay, when this stops, oh, I hit debug by accident. When this stops overlapping with our with Mr. Finish Line, then we're going to set a Boolean to be true. And then when we overlap with Mr. Finish Line again, that's when we're going to finish. So we'll make a variable called still overlapping with Mr. Finish Line. It's good to be concise with your code. Now we're going to check to see if they are still overlapping or not. So if Mr. Crayon Jr. and Jr. is not overlapping with Mr. Finish Line, then we're going to set our variable to be false. And now finally, we're going to do an overlaps event between the kind finish line and finisher. And if we are not still overlapping with Mr. Finish Line, whoops, I wanted to keep that not. Then we are going to finish, and I'm going to just destroy Mr. Crayon, Esquire. All right, let's see if we did that. Whoops, okay, that didn't work well. Yep, all right, that's no good. See, so this is finish line, this is finisher. Still overlapping with Mr. Finish Line. To false. All right, what we'll do instead is, let's see. We're going to make another variable, which is going to be called game finish time. We're going to set game finish time to be the current time plus some number. $2,000. And we're going to extend this thing to be if we are not doing this and our game finish time is less than the current running time. So if the time since start is greater than our game finish time. So that way you have to stop overlapping and it has to wait 2 seconds. There you go. Okay. What the heck? Vivian, explain this.
Where is your code? Are the overlaps?
Oh. There we go. All right. Yes. Okay, let's make this game actually playable. So we're going to go into here with our with buttons, and we're going to make this be 30-30. Okay, nice and careful. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have this, what we want to do is we want to make it so that we actually are grading this on some sort of rubric. So I think what we want to do is we're going to get the number of pixels in the image that overlap with the thing and the number of pixels that don't overlap, and we're going to use those two numbers to calculate our score. All right. So let's go ahead and make a grade function. All right, and we're going to go ahead and just duplicate these for loops because we're going to be doing the same thing basically. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go to our image. And I'm going to edit this function and be like color, so that we pass that in here. And we're going to go get the image of our canvas. Not canvas. We want to do an image of our to trace. And we're going to say if that equals color, then we're going to check the same XY, but with our canvas. So if this equals color and our canvas does not equal 0, then we're going to make a variable and we're going to change it by 1, which is going to be overlapping pixels. I'm going to set this to be 0 here, and we're going to do change overlapping pixels by 1. If it's not equal to 0, so they have not marked this one, then we're going to make another variable, which is going to be uncovered pixels. Set this to be 0 up here. We're going to change our uncovered pixels by 1. Okay, and then actually we have a third number that I just thought of, which is, so if this isn't marked, but it is marked on our canvas, then we'll go ahead and use our third number, which is going to be overflowed pixels. Okay, and we're going to be using these three numbers to calculate a score. I don't really have a good idea for a formula. You guys?
It should be like relative to the total length of the path, right?
Mm-hmm. So maybe we do the percentage that you covered. Okay, so to do that, we're going to do the overlapping pixels divided by the uncovered pixels. Oh, wait, I want to get uncovered pixels plus the overlapping pixels because that'll give us the total number of pixels. So this gives us our percentage. And we will multiply that by some number. So we'll multiply it by I guess just we'll make it out of 100. So we'll multiply this by 100. And then we are going to subtract our overflowed pixels times some number. So we'll do our overflowed pixels. And we probably want to, not times, we probably want to do divide because there's probably going to be a lot of them. So we'll do our overflowed pixels divided by 5.
I think overflow should also be a percentage, maybe, because more overflow, the longer your path is.
Mm-hmm. I think we will very quickly get negative values in this one right now.
You think so?
Yeah.
Here, let's just print this out. I think you're probably right, but let's just print this out and see how off we are. So I'm going to use the new sprite say block. We're going to use a join, and we're going to say percentage covered. And then we're going to pull out this. Oh, and go ahead and put this inside of a round. All right, then we're going to put in a new line like that. And then we're going to say overlapping pixels. Sorry, overflowed pixels. And we're going to go ahead and put in our overflowed pixels. And then we're going to do, sorry, so Shannon, you were suggesting we do the overflowed percentage?
Yeah, like I don't even know if you really need to treat overflowed and uncovered pixels differently. It's like perfectly covered is, 1, and anything over that is bad scaled relative to the length of your path.
So we would do, so what you're suggesting maybe is we do a, the total number of pixels, so all 3 numbers together as our denominator.
No.
And then
path, I think covered and uncovered as the denominator. So that's like the path, right? And then the numerator is overflow plus uncovered is like the incorrect.
But I think my ideas actually will work, right? Because if you do all 3 of them as the denominator, right, then your score is going to get much worse as you do more overflow, because you're basically increasing the denominator, which is going to decrease your score.
Yes.
Yeah. That also does have the benefit of not having to think about negative values ever, because if you were to like subtract in the numerator, then you can get a negative value if you overflow too much.
All right, we're going to print out both of these scores, I think, and we'll see which one looks better, because I'm having a hard time doing it in my head, Okay, so first let's do Shannon's. So we're going to be doing the overlapping pixels minus the overflowed pixels divided by the uncovered pixels plus the covered, the overlapping pixels plus the uncovered pixels. That's right, right?
It's, okay, wait. Overlapping plus uncovered is the denominator, yes. And then I want overflow plus uncover on top.
Overflow plus uncovered.
Yes, that's every incorrect pixel.
And then
Oh,
are
I
we gonna
see.
like 1 minus it? Oh.
Just like, I don't know, and then I think this will probably need to be like scaled somehow. The thing that I think is the score is overflow plus uncovered, scaled by somehow the length of the path. That's how wrong you are, right?
Okay, so we're doing 1 minus the overflowed plus uncovered divided by the overlapping plus uncovered. That sound right to you? Times 100.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So let's go ahead, we'll put that in here. And then we'll do Richard's score. And mine is going to be the overflowed pixels. Let's see. We want the overlapping pixels divided by the overflowed pixels plus uncovered pixels plus overlapping pixels. Okay, so we want this to be overlapping pixels. So overlapping pixels divided by this big plus. That's a plus. And then we're going to take this and multiply it by 100. And put it inside of a round. All right, and I'll change this to be Mr. Cran. We'll change this to be, let's see, we need something that's on screen that we can see this with. And I'm realizing now the crayon is going to be at the top of the screen, so we might not be able to see the sprite say.
New sprite.
There we go. Okay. Let's go. I'm gonna do my best here. Tracing a line. It's hard to do with a D-pad. Well.
The index? No?
Could be the Z-index. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and give me the quarter.
Give him a quarter. How many quarters is that?
It's 1 quarter. That is a single quarter.
No. Like how many total?
51.
51. That's tough, Richard. Wow.
Okay, wait. I did a really bad job here. All right. So let's see, we had 458 overflowed pixels. Shannon gave us an 8, and I gave us a 39.
So I guess the question is, does this feel like an 8 or a 39?
Do something wildly wrong.
Okay, yeah, we'll do something wildly wrong.
Oh, is that not what you were going for last time?
Get out of here, Joey.
Get out of here, Joey. Oh no, Richard.
Shannon gave me a -90 and I gave me a 6. All right, and now we're gonna do super precise.
Oh.
Gonna do it perfectly, gonna make no mistakes.
Flip it and ship it. Richard said it here first.
This should get a decent score, right? Yeah, I gave us a 58. Shannon gave us a 45. I'm leaning towards my score right now. I don't know. How do you feel, Shannon?
All right.
I feel like Shannon score awards you more for good behavior and bad behavior. Like the difference is more, even though the values themselves are wild.
I think Shannon's score is very harsh.
You should also scale yours, Richard, I think, to be between 0 and like 100.
It is between 0 and 100. Mine's between 0 and 100.
And this gave you a 58?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should scale it so that like it reflects reality.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna do something to tweak it. But I mean, like as a general thing, I don't know. I feel like yours is very harsh.
That's fine. You should do your score. You're driving.
Okay. I don't feel good about it though, because we're not all in agreement.
Wait, why don't you? We're just we're the pros and cons of each. You know.
When you say it like that, yeah.
Lucas wants a link so he can get a score.
Well, okay, you wait just a second, Lucas, because we're going to make this a little bit nicer first. First, let's go ahead and grab all of our shapes out of here. So I've gotten a few in the chat. Let me go ahead and paste these in. First up is from Vivian. Vivian, do you have any comments about your image?
It's good. Wait, it's bad. Should I have comments? It's something.
It's good. Yeah, that's a cat.
Good luck.
It looks very difficult.
Yeah.
Also, I will say. All right. There's one. Okay. Next we have a few from Joey.
Teams didn't like it when I tried to paste it in, so I don't know what we had different between our team's clients that lets you send images, but not me.
All right, so we got 3. We got a star. Beautiful. Nice straight lines.
Richard, you don't ask about straight lines, Richard.
I would like to say that, you're asking humans to make art, so you get that artisanal, human, handmade, homemade quality. If you want some machine-made art.
All right, and this one's just a generic dog. Could be any breed. Could be any type of dog. And then this one is a cloud. Is that right?
Yeah. Happy cloud.
All right. Next up, we have one from Shannon.
Richard, I forgot the green dot on mine. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't be worried about it.
How will we ever figure out where to put it?
Whoa. So cute. You want to play right here?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Next up, we have. Is this also from you, Vivian?
Yes.
Or is it from someone else?
It's my pumpkin.
Okay. 'Tis the season.
True.
What are you guys going to be for Halloween?
Oh,
that is spooky.
I forgot my dot, sorry.
I love this expression.
Oh, no, you can shade the green with something else. I forgot.
Oop.
What should we be for Halloween? Don't you think we should have some sort of theme for stream?
We could be
dress up as each other.
Shannon, we're basically Mama Moo to begin with.
Wow. Okay, this is very good, Lucas, but it's kind of impossible, I think, because the outline needs to be a single line.
Oh yeah. So we were saying you could just maybe trim some of the bits.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Just make it into an outline and then.
Yeah, outline, make a black outline on the surrounding parts of the castle or something.
Oh no, I just meant erase.
Oh, okay.
I'll just do this.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Actually, you should probably go on that one. Whoops.
Nope.
Wait, okay. Gideon provided a lot of images, but I'm going to send you one right now so that we can make sure something gets into the stream. And it's a very good one.
I don't know if I understand your strategy for doing this, but I'm excited to see how it turns out.
What, my strategy for doing this?
Yes. I don't see how it's going to become a loop.
It's going to be the, loop here. needs the inner line on
yeah,
the
it
bottom.
needs the inner line at the bottom. I'll do that. Yeah, my strategy was that I forgot that I had to do that part.
It's gonna be like this.
You were moving so confidently. I was like, he has a plan.
No, I'm just a fast clicker. Yeah, I thought about going pro in Star Trek, but I mean not Star Trek, StarCraft. Star Trek.
It's hard. They make you do that test.
You're supposed to lose, but then if you're really good, you don't.
What, the Kobayashi Maru?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I'd never make it through Space Fleet or whatever it's called. Oh man, it's been so long since I've watched Star Trek. Okay. All right, and I'm going to move this green dot to be on this loop that I'm making. We'll put it right here.
Nice.
Well, we'll center it. There we go. Okay, cool. So that's a loop. I think it still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially if we fill it in with the pink instead of.
What? No, I like it as is.
No, I mean when they draw it, because don't we need a different color? Like the crayon's a different color than the background, right? No,
We're gonna fill it with red.
Oh yeah. Red and pink are the same.
I always forget that. Okay, let's do this.
Look, this says there's 2 green dots in it.
Oh, is there really? Okay, I'll get the other green dot. Just a second. First, I'm gonna get this Gideon image that Vivian has sent me.
Gideon provided a lot of good art, but we're running low on time.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if we'll be able to get everything in. Whoa. All right, we're gonna have to edit this one a little bit too. So for this one, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use purple as my blockout color. This. Go ahead and do this. Such good art submissions today, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we want to get this middle bit too. There you go.
Nice.
That's a loop.
Will you put in the last one the one I just sent?
Yeah.
It's simple. No edits needed. It's perfect.
See, this is a fun game, I feel
the
like,
wrong
because you got.
size, Richard. I don't know if you did that on purpose.
Oh, you're right. I'll fix it. 40 by 100. Go. Yeah. Center. All right, and this last one is from
Gideon.
Vivian. Nice.
Beautiful. I love the
All
shine
right, okay.
on it.
Yeah, we've got to do our levels now. So the way we're going to be doing this is we're going to put this inside of a big array, and we're going to be doing a parallel array, so another array that's going to have the color that each one should be using. So let's go ahead and just do a bunch of pluses. We have so many levels.
Oh my goodness. Gideon says speed it up. I don't know if it means as you go through the levels we need to speed up or we need to speed up our coding.
I think the answer is both.
Speed it up, Richard. But you know,
I'm
at a
working
safe,
on it. I'm working
safe
on it.
speed. Don't give up quality for speed.
Is there a pumpkin hanging out down there? Oh no, the pumpkin's there. There. 2 pumpkins.
All right. So we've got our list. We need to now do another array. So let's go ahead and duplicate. And this is going to be our colors. So the first one is Lucas's, and that one is tan. I'm going to need someone to give me the numbers for colors.
Oh, I can do it. Tan is 13.
Okay, black
Is 15.
50.
Okay.
Yellow
5.
orange.
4.
What was the color for this one? White is 1. Yellow is 5 again. Black is 15 again. Black again. Yellow. And this one is pink. All right. Okay. And I also need to get rid of that extra green dot that we had. There we go. I'm so glad I remembered to do that. All right. So we're going to now, basically we want to choose a random one of these to do. So we're going to set, we're going to make actually another array. Which is going to be an empty array of indices. So we're going to be looping over our thing. So we're going to be looping over our array of colors just to get the number. And then we're going to be adding to our levels array each index. So this will make it so that we have a list from 0 to however many levels we have. Then we're going to be using that to choose a random level. So we're going to go ahead and put this right here and get rid of that background image I had. And we're going to make another function, which is going to be called next level. We're going to make a variable called current level. We're going to set current level to be a pick random value from our levels array. Then we're going to remove it from that array. Do we not have a remove?
Value at, oh, we don't have a remove.
Okay, we're running out of time, so.
If we're doing the parallel arrays, we're going to need to get a random index anyway, right?
That's what the current level is going to be. I thought this was going to be make it simpler, but I think I actually just made it more complicated.
Yeah, because current level will be the image, right?
No, current level is going to be a number.
Oh.
Okay, then we're going to get and remove that value from our levels array. Then we're going to call trace this with our list get value at current level. And we're going to go to our grade function. And we're going to, let's see, not our grade function. We want to go to our call grade. And we're going to pass in arrays get value at. I'm going to do our colors, get value at current level. Why are you angry? Oh, because I'm not calling the function anymore. That's not a quarter, by the way. I was going to call this function, okay? I was just confused as to why I was getting a bug in the meantime. Why I was getting an exception in the meantime. All right. Thank you very much.
Seems shady to me, but
fine, give me a quarter, but I dispute this. I really think that I have a valid case here. I'm not even just trying to get out of a quarter.
I can see both sides. I don't know.
Vivian, do you also hate dogs?
Oh my gosh, give him a quarter.
Hassan,
we're still live.
Does Richard owe a quarter now? Just tell us. Yes or no?
For what?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Just no, you don't need the context. Just tell us. Oh, it's pointing up still. Well, indisputable. Let's see.
Okay, and the final thing we're going to do is we are going to be printing out the score, which is going to be my score because I'm in charge.
Yeah, you are, Richard. It's Richard J.
Don't forget about it. Okay. Then we're going to do a pause for like 2 seconds or something. And then we're going to do I also want to go into here and I want to set the final pause to be 2 seconds so that it stays on the screen for 2 seconds. And then we want to do a next level.
Is this a collection of mini games again?
Nope. So it is a tracing game. It's fitting that we would come back to our snowman for the final one.
Maybe we'll get a good score for once too.
Doesn't look like we will.
This looks better than both other attempts.
Oh, really?
The right bottom like curve is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, 63. Okay.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Right, and we need to destroy some sprites. So when we do this next level, we're going to destroy all of our sprites. So let's add the tilemaps extension just for that one non-tilemap related block. And we're also going to put the Mr. Crayon in here. And we're going to go into our tilemaps category. We're going to do destroy all sprites of kind, and we're going to be destroying all sprites of kind player, of kind to trace, of kind finish line, and of kind finisher. And we're going to make those 2 sprites invisible. I'm Richard. Richard on the MakeCode forum. Thank you for watching us today.
Hassan at Hassan on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joe at JWonderl on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Shannon at Shakal on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian. I live Turf on the MakeCode forum.
And thanks for tuning in. We will post the link in the chat.